the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
Hey, it never hurts to run the intro again. So
Never.
All right, so we are getting set to do our show for noon, as we always do, and I am live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill. As you can see over it would be my right shoulder as you're looking at the screen. It's the left, but the big JR sign down there, and it's a good crowd down there. Got it to myself right now up here in the bar area, and I'm not drinking, by the way. But it is nice, and it's always good to be here at JR Sports Bar and Grill. And immediately when you walk in, they start asking you, hey, what can we get for you? They just take care of you here. So, Faith, I know the last couple times, scheduling-wise, it has not made sense for you to be here. It would be a lot of back and forth driving, and because you got to come up here tonight. So for the Ben Russell game, so we decided to do the split screen. But next time you'll have to make it here, because I know the corn nuggets and the cheese balls and the chicken fingers and the quesadilla and all that good stuff is.
I'm missing it. That's for sure. So
we have some really good food establishments that we're partnered with here on our show. And I was talking to Russell. If Russell watches, he's with ACCS. He was asking me, he's like, hey, have y'all picked out your eating place for Monday for on the road? I'm like, and I was literally leaving. Where was I leaving? We were leaving from Maypops yesterday. And I'm like, I swear all I do is talk about, we need to start a food channel. Because
basically at this point, I think we are.
And he started laughing. I'm like, I said, I'm not complaining, but like, dude, I have got to start sprinting everywhere I go. Because the food is like phenomenal everywhere, and it's just so good. So it's a good problem to have. But man, every place we go is just phenomenal.
So good. Yeah, no, I was working out this morning and I was thinking about how much food I have inhaled in the past couple of days and needed to.
How was the Maypops barbecue, by the way?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had mine all to go, and I'm going to be honest, I ate it in the car while we were, because it smelled so good.
Well,
but I do have some pulled pork for today.
I ate the nachos on the way to Auburn from Tallahassee. So yeah, there was no way they were sitting in that.
No, and they were so good. I had the nachos also.
So we'll be talking more about Maypops hopefully soon too, but we are at JR's. I'm at JR's. Faith is back at the humble abode, and we got 30 seconds and we'll be ready to go for TV. And we're so glad everybody's joined us here on a Thursday. Yes, I did, Tubbs. I answered your question on that. I'll answer it as we get started here on TV here in just a second. So, no, you don't have to apologize. It's all good, man. I'll give everybody an update on that as well. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here at lunch. Brett and Faith with you for an hour and maybe a little bit longer online as you tune in on YouTube and Facebook and across the state of Alabama on Charter Channel 701 and Channel 80. We appreciate you so much. Our program brought to you by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and
Sensa Green, for air that's cool and clean. Colin, Sensa Green.
And we are live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill today, and we're so happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Actually, Faith's not. She's back at the house, but she'll be coming up.
And I'm upset about it, too.
I know you are, but next time we'll get you in up here. Again, the driving back and forth and the weather's just been good. So we're just gonna hang out in separate places. But I'm here at JR's and love JR's, and everybody knows that JR's has been partnered with us for over 20 years on all our programming. They are our official partner here on most everything, and love JR's. The food is phenomenal. The atmosphere is great. It's a great place to be if you're in Alex City. Obviously, it is a must stop. Every community has a place that's a must stop from a food standpoint. JR's is that place in Alex City. There's some other great places in Alex City, but if you ever ask anybody, say, hey, I'm new to Alex City or I'm just passing through the area, Lake Martin, where do we need to go to eat? JR's. I mean, come on. So yeah, next time, Faith, we'll get you in on that.
I know. So. I need it. I need my chicken quesadilla.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, just
God.
along with everything else. But good to see everybody today. We appreciate all of you that comment, all of you that have subscribed to our YouTube channel. But we've got a lot to talk about here. I know a lot of you caught us on the podcast this morning. We got to talk about some different things here at lunch. But Auburn, Kentucky coming up on Saturday night. We'll be there for it. Obviously, a game that's should be very winnable for Auburn and winnable by maybe a little bit bigger margin than we've seen. And then you got basketball tonight in Atlanta in an exhibition game against Memphis. We may talk a little bit about that. And then we got some questions coming in. So let me go ahead and address Tubbs Tiger from this morning asking about Malcolm Simmons. Malcolm Simmons is on the questionable list along with Cam Coleman. And basically it's a shoulder issue with Malcolm. I saw him in practice Tuesday. He was not limited. He did not have a yellow jersey on. He was full bore. Made a great catch in the Tiger ball segment on period 5 down the seam from Ashton Daniels. Had another good catch in that drive as well. So I didn't see anything there. He may be having some discomfort. It didn't look like it restricted his range of motion on anything he was doing. So I think they just do that as a question mark to see if that thing's bothering him even more come time for the game. Then they'll make a decision on whether they want to try to put him out there or not. But I would say more than likely he's going to be dressed and ready to go on Saturday. And Faith, if he going to need him if Cam Coleman's not available to go. And I saw Cam, and he was dressed out, but he was not really participating in any drills. He was kind of jogging on the side. Ankle was taped up, of course, but he looked fine to me. I think it's really kind of gauging where he is in the recovery standpoint. Thank goodness it was a lower ankle and not a high ankle sprain. But I think that'll just be determined from what he feels like, what the coaches feel like, and the training staff. But I definitely think Malcolm's going to play in this game.
Yeah, I don't think there's a question about it. You know, you told me, because I wasn't able to make practice on Tuesday, that Malcolm was there and he didn't look like he was limited at all. And so
Right.
Malcolm is one of those guys, though, that what I've just seen, and you've known him longer than I do, but just really bounces back. And wanting to play is also a big part of recovery and not limiting yourself.
Right.
And so it's good to hear that. And there's no question that I think he'll be seeing the field on Saturday.
Yeah, and again, like I said, if you're not going to go with Cam Coleman, you definitely want to have Malcolm out there. You don't want to start diving too deep down because Horatio Fields is out with an injury suffered a few games ago, and out now all of a sudden this deep wide receiver core, you start getting into the season, people start getting banged up, and maybe you don't have as many on hand as you would like. So I would think that Cam would play too if he was needed, but I think they'll just kind of do a wait and see. But Eric Singleton, you'll see maybe a mix of some other guys down the line. Perry Thompson obviously has come on, so with that's really, really big for Auburn. So looking forward to seeing maybe more targets for Perry. But I think the main topic is Ashton Daniels' Faith, and John just said, has Hugh Freeze named a starter? And he hasn't really, but it's going to be Ashton Daniels just based on what we've seen at practice and the things that are in the preparation going into this game. It'll be Ashton Daniels first, barring some kind of crazy something between now and Saturday.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is if something just goes crazy and that's the reason. I mean, I don't know, but you told us that on Tuesday he was taking reps with all the ones all day. And I think you've got to stick with what is working. And we saw that once during Baylor, and then we have yet to see it throughout the rest of the season in any aspect of Hugh Freeze and his time this season. And so choosing Jackson Arnold instead of Ashton Daniels would be a step in the wrong direction.
Oh man,
Big time.
And look, I think Auburn fans are pretty. They're as supportive of players as they can be, but it would be a boo fest if Jackson Arnold pops up on the jumbotron as the starter, and it's not aimed at him. Let's just say this: they're not booing at Jackson Arnold. They're going to be booing at Hugh Freeze and that staff for going, "Are you serious? Like, what else does Ashton Daniels and what else does Jackson Arnold need to do for you to make a change?" And it's just kind of like beating your head against a concrete block wall. You're not going to get much progress out of it. And the only thing you're going to end up hurting is yourself. Well, that's what's happened here. Jackson Arnold's been given his opportunity. So it didn't work. So now you got to move on and try somebody else. And that's why, hey, if that's the case, then why you even have 2 or 3 quarterbacks on your roster? If you're just going to say, look, come hell to high water, I'm going to stick with this guy. It doesn't matter what happens. Then what kind of message does that send to the rest of the guys for what they do on a daily basis, going to practice and all that kind of stuff? So as we get into the second segment here, as we close out the first segment, Faith, I want to dive into the opponent. We haven't really talked a lot about Kentucky this week on the show, and I know we'll talk some more about them tomorrow. We'll have Kyle on with us tomorrow as well. He'll be back for the first time in a couple of weeks, so good to have Kyle back with us to kind of talk about Kentucky. But I want you and I to kind of dive into this opponent. There's no really way to spin it. They're 0-5. They're not the best. They're the dead bottom of the league. But when Cutter Boley came in for Zach Calzada, and I got something I want to say about that in the next segment. And I think you already know what I'm going to say as you have that wry grin on your face. The offense has been better actually for Kentucky since Cutter Boley took over. And this is a team that would love nothing more than to do what other teams have been doing and come into Jordan-Hare Stadium and go out with a win. Look, even Kentucky sitting there at 0-5, they're going, oh, look, we come in there and get a win. That's not the Jordan-Hare of old. And Auburn's got to pay attention to that because the defense has held on, but not being able to score inside Jordan-Hare has been a problem. And you don't want to be in a situation where I'm looking at you on the sideline in the fourth quarter going, how are we going to figure out a way to screw this one up now? Because I've done that multiple times this year. Yeah.
Kentucky's offense ranks 93rd in FBS with 361 yards per game. Their passing is 207 yards per game, rushing 154 yards per game, and scoring 24 points per game on average. So
what's sad is ours is worse.
That's exactly where I was headed with that. And, it's sad. It is sad.
Their defense is.
Yeah. Oh, Kentucky's defense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So their defense, though, which, again, Auburn's defense is going to be the saving grace of this team. But their defense is, even worse when it comes to allowing scored points of 30 points per game.
Right.
Overall, 384 yards per game. I mean, I can keep going through them, but
yeah. And I'm gonna let you keep going through some when we come back. We're up against our first break for TV. Again, we're just getting started. I'm live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Alex City. Need to come check it out. The food's outstanding. The environment's great. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this. Yes, Auburn's defense. I'll go through some comments during the break. Yeah, we didn't really talk about Darrell this morning. We'll talk about him. He's back,
Mhm.
which is great. I talked about him the day before. I'm a little off on my days with it being a football game today on
I
Thursday.
literally was going to say the same thing. Don't you feel like you want to say tomorrow?
Yes, I feel like we're playing tomorrow, but we're not. So Cobb and Robinson with some Omar mixed in should pound the fight out of the Wildcats. The Mildcats. I like that, MS. Yes. MS, are you content now? Faith's back. I know you were concerned there.
I didn't get fired.
She'd been missing in action for a couple of days, so
I didn't get fired yet.
it's always, hey, if you had a contract like these coaches, you would be begging to be fired.
I mean, yeah.
And I would fire you just so I could tell you to split the buyout with me.
That's funny.
So
You want to go tell John Cohen that?
sure, why not?
See how funny he would think that is?
Yeah, he doesn't smile very much, so I don't know that I want to really approach him right now. It's not unusual for a struggling team to get things going midseason and win out, certainly win more. Hey, all you can do is look forward. You know, what's in the past is in the past. And, you know, I've seen plenty of teams start off really good and screw it away at the end of the season. And I've seen, just like John said, flip side, start slow and then finish strong. So didn't Baylor do that last year? Didn't Baylor end up winning out like 6 or 7 in a row? And that's all we talked about. I should have that memorized in my brain. We talked about Baylor so dang much in the off season. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely change things up. So MS said, "Amen." Our listening group here loveth the confident sarcasm of Lil Faith.
Thanks.
Of Lil Faith. Ye a Lil Faith.
Not that little when I stand up, though.
Tall Faith. Yes, James, we are picking scores for this week, so you can go ahead and get it going.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because we're on Thursday. Again, all this
We're
is
all-
making the days all
They're all
screwed up. I don't even know.
All right, I'm gonna
Should
let
we
you pick
do-
the tiebreaker.
Should we do passing yards for Ashton Daniels?
I think it's perfect. Yes, absolutely.
I like that. All right, predictions of the Kentucky-Auburn game with the tiebreaker of passing yards for Ashton Daniels.
And you're going to reveal the winner of last week's game tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can do it now.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want to wait?
Actually-
We normally do it on Fridays, but that's fine if you want to go ahead and do it now. When we get back on TV, I'm all for it. And then we can just reiterate it tomorrow too. So John said, depending on how things work out for AU, they could still fire Freeze, replace him with DC, and bring in a strong OC and probably save some coin. Yeah, there's all types of options on the table out there.
Yeah, I do have the winner.
You do have the winner.
I do.
We had a bunch of predictions from last week, by the way. Like they poured in, so get them in this week. More stuff to grab, and I
close.
Yeah, I still have some gift certificates to get to a few people from the beginning of the year, so that's on me. That is totally on me. But I'm going to get those out. I apologize. I've got them all ready to go. It's just, can I stop long enough to do it? And if you know where I am most of the time up here in Alex City, I'll meet up with you and just give them to you like James. James met us at Lay Martin Pizza, so it worked out. We got 30 seconds.
It doesn't seem like this game is going to be a sold-out game because
We haven't seen anything yet.
tickets are as low as $56.
James said Auburn 27, Kentucky 10. Passed him and said, I like it, man. I like it. Be a solid win. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. 45 minutes left on the show today. I am live at JR Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Alexander City, and we are so thankful for them and their partnership with us here on the program. We always love rotating over. I know Faith's upset and sad that she couldn't be here today, but she'll be traveling up toward Alex City a little bit later on for the game. So we'll be on there pretty much all day today. So and it feels weird because it's Thursday. I keep thinking it's Friday. But come out to JR's. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. You can come to JR's and get great food and enjoy a great atmosphere. So you never lose there. But our program is brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small. For residential or commercial, they've got you covered. So call on J.A. Smith Construction and
Sensagreen for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensagreen. They are the carrier experts in the state of Alabama, proud supporters of Auburn athletics and a proud supporter of the Auburn Blitz.
And it is air that's cool and clean, and it's cool outside. So I ask you the question, we got to get with Wade. What do you do in the winter?
I don't know. I just know that they're running their dollar day deals until Thanksgiving where you can save up to $1,500 off.
For heat that's hot and something else. We can come up with another slogan for them if they don't have that. So, but anyway, you can get your predictions in for Auburn, Kentucky. We'll go ahead and open that up here on a Thursday. We normally just do it on Friday and let everybody roll it in. But go ahead on Thursday, get your prediction in. The tiebreaker, Faith, is
Ashton Daniels passing yards.
It's a very good one because now we will have Ashton Daniels, hopefully a full game of Ashton Daniels to see what he can do and see how that plays out. And I look, we don't know if you might see Jackson Arnold in some situations. I wouldn't think you would. I don't know why you would in this game, but can he freeze? And I said this a couple of days ago. Can he move along from Jackson Arnold and say, look, I've turned the page, and unless Ashton Daniels craps the bed so bad, which I don't think he will, we're going to have to continue to go down this path. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
If Jackson Arnold is thrown in at all, I think that would probably really set some people off. But also, they're going to be running the ball. You know he's not going to throw it.
Right.
So I don't think there needs to be a reason for Jackson Arnold to come in.
All right. So I know that we have been talking about the bad breaks for Auburn. And I one of the things that you don't want to sound like you're complaining and whining and stuff like that because a lot of it's been on Auburn's offense and their lack of whatever you want to call it. But I just thought it was appropriate that On3 came out with ranking the 10 worst officiating calls so far of the 2025 college football season. All right, so far, like we're not even close to being finished with the season. And when you scroll through these, Auburn has the top 3. And they were on
We've made the top 3 something somewhere.
The raw end of the 3. It's not like any of that went for Auburn. They all went against Auburn. I mean, you cannot make this up. The number 3 one is Kirby Smart calling the fake timeout and then basically getting a do-over. Just, okay, that didn't count. We're just going to run a play, and you get to keep your timeout because you didn't call a timeout. Then the straight-up cheating play by Oklahoma is number 2, where Oklahoma even met with the officiating crew and said, hey, we're going to run this play. Can we do it? And they obviously agreed to it.
I think that has to be number 1. I know number 1 is
the goal
controversial,
line.
But I think number 2 and number 1 need to be switched.
But I mean, can you to add fuel to the fire of pain for Auburn this year in the lack of offense. We can all agree watching, even the Bammers that are watching, and we appreciate all of you watching. I even had Bama friends calling me and texting me after Oklahoma. Faith, you were there. You heard them. They were like, dude, I don't pull for Auburn. You know that, but that was awful. They're like, that was just a egregiously botched football game to the point where it almost made you feel like something was rigged. It was so bad. And then the Georgia game, and to the point where a guy gets suspended indefinitely. Can you add that on top of the normal pain that Auburn's been giving itself with the poor play on offense? I mean, crap, dude, catch a break here and there. Good Lord.
It doesn't end. It doesn't end.
But you are top three. Like, they've ranked 10 plays, 10 horrible officiating calls, and Auburn's 1, 2, and 3, and on the wrong end of all three of them. So, again, like we say all the time, you cannot make this up. So, MS said AU's D will mash the Wildcats into a stupor. They should. Like, that's another interesting stat, Faith, that we talked about this morning. You know, there is only 4 teams in the country that have given up less than 24 points or less in every game this year. Ohio State, Miami, and Indiana. All 3 are playoff teams. Guess who the 4th is?
Yours truly.
There you go.
Yours truly. No, and that's where everyone should be more and more confused, because you've got this rock star defense that is making the top, whatever, in this instance, top 4. And then you have your offense. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, well, I do, but it's somebody around the corner.
But then you've got this offense that is ranking in the bottom of everything.
Right.
Where how is this? Not only has Auburn not allowed 24 points, the offense hasn't been able to score 24 points.
Yeah, and no kidding. I mean, so
in touchdowns.
It's been a problem. It's been a problem. So, hey, let's get the break for TV. We come back. We'll keep this going. We've got a lot of comments coming in. We'll get to those. Get your predictions in as well. We are at JR's, or I'm at JR Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Alex City. More to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Was that a sneeze?
Yeah, maybe.
John, can you please put the passing yards? Thanks. Oh my God.
That's me. Good Lord. All right, let's see what we got here. Paul said, I agree with Andy when he said if AU wins out with Daniels, it would be even better argument to fire Freeze. I mean, makes a good point. I mean, that you've been sitting there all year, and then you finally make the change. If you'd made it a little bit earlier, it could have been different. We'll see, though. We'll see how it plays out. John said he hopes that Grubb doesn't go anywhere for Alabama, so offense has been better for them. MS said Baby Huey likely will insert Jackson in goal line situations. That's kind of where I was going with that, MS, earlier. Will we see him come in certain situations? Lyle says 31-10, AU 155 on the passing yards. Romulus, yes, there is going to be a new indoor practice facility at Ben Russell. John said, all true, Brett, but don't you think AU's win marks a time to move forward beyond the early part of the season with a horrific bad call? Now, I'm just bringing it up because they just put the list out. That's the only reason I brought it up. I'm not trying to ride on that. Like, look, I'm not saying that was the reason Auburn lost either. I'm just saying that they listed 10 bad calls and Auburn's 1, 2, and 3. So I don't know what else to say about that. MS said, Brett, it's a given that when it comes out to any AU matters, something nefarious or even villainous is at the – it feels like it sometimes for sure. James said, I always say anyone can be a Bama fan, but it takes a special person to be an Auburn fan. How many times have we said that this year?
I think the Lord is really, really, really testing my patience, and I'm sure a lot of you other people, your patience too. But I mean, everything going on in real life, then you have this. I mean, and this is our job where we have to talk about it every single day.
Yes.
It's hard.
It is hard.
I think he's really testing my patience.
Yeah, it was definitely a sneeze, John, and a blowing of the nose of some sort. I don't know what in the world.
The weather's changing. Maybe they're feeling.
I mean, yeah.
It's like crying my head, which should be saying, yes, I've been having a good day. You've been having a good day.
All right, Ryan, you may have to tell me I missed your 30-second call, so I don't know exactly where I'm at. So I may be live now. So we're going to go ahead and say live. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here halfway through our program. We are live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill. I keep saying we, but you're here. I mean, you're actually here.
This counts.
It counts. You're here. But I'm physically inside JR's. But, again, we're glad to be here. And the food's great. I'm going to be having some food from JR's here in about 25 minutes.
I'm so jealous.
So we're going to have to hook you up, Faith, on some good stuff, maybe a little bit later on. So I can't promise anything. We'll see what we can come up with. All right. Our program brought to you by J. Smith Construction and Excavation and
Sensagreen. For air that's cool and clean, call on Sensagreen.
It is halfway through our program, so
Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Guys, it is my favorite time of the week when my parents are headed to Auburn, hopefully either today or tomorrow, which means they will be stopping by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. And so I'm really looking forward to going to their place before we head to the game so I can have a little pregame snack. And then after the game is over, they always heat up a little something for us. And so it's always something Pepper Tree for a Pepper Tree post-game reaction show.
Now I'm happy that your parents stopped by Pepper Tree because the post-game show, we know that we got something good. Like that's been like the motivation to leave the stadium. Like, because nothing good happened in the stadium, so we at least had that to look forward to. But yeah, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. We did our post-game reaction show from there this past Saturday. It's always great to be there.
So much fun. I had the leftovers for not too long after we left, but I can't.
And that was some good leftovers, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
those were like, if you were wanted to talk about ranking leftovers in elite classes, like that was about as elite of leftovers as you could have. Right? That was phenomenal.
Unbelievable. So I was just really happy with that. But I mean, I am already ready to go back there. And now I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
We're always ready to go back there. No doubt about it. So, all right, it's going to be a little cool on Saturday, so make sure you dress warm. Again, I think, when you look at it from a standpoint, Auburn with these night games, been very fortunate to have a bunch of night because the atmosphere is awesome. Obviously inside Jordan-Hare, but it hadn't worked out for the scoreboard so much. But, again, Kentucky comes in, and when you look at this team, let's see. I want to go back and look at breaking this team down. And I got to go back to something I was going to say. All right, so a couple of segments ago, I kind of teased a little bit. Old Zach Calzada, who has transferred from 852 universities, was at Auburn, never played because of a shoulder injury. But in the off season, and he thought he was going to be the starter, and he was the starter, but once again, he was terrible and he got benched. So, but he made this statement: I definitely have a bad taste in my mouth from that place and those people. It was a rough year. I just need to find out what happened, because, I mean, what did you do, dude? I mean, you transferred to Auburn from Texas A&M. You had a shoulder problem. I mean, what was Auburn supposed to do about that? And then all of a sudden, you just make it sound like it was the most miserable experience on planet Earth, and it may have been. Like, maybe he can elaborate and say what was so bad about it. But obviously, we don't have to really worry about what he said because he's not playing. So
he didn't play in Jordan-Hare while he was here, and he's not going to play when he comes back as a Wildcat.
And it's kind of like Walker White.
Yeah.
Walker White's kind of like, yeah, we're going to give him an L and all that. Like, well, you ain't giving
You ain't
nobody
doing
anything.
nothing. You're going to be warming up that bench.
Yes. And so, no, they don't have catfish at JR's, John. So, John wanted to give you a little bit of comfort, saying that he remembers the down years at Alabama and knowing that you could just only get better. So, let's look at Cutter Boley. He started in 6 games now, has started in 5 of 6, played in 6. He's completed 105 of 158 for 12-15 and 9 touchdowns. That's not bad numbers, really, in a little over 5 games of action. Then you look at in the last 2 games against Texas and Tennessee, where they were very competitive. 57 of 74, 585, and was 26 of 35 against Tennessee with 330 yards and 5 touchdowns. So, hey, look, that's warranting of, hey, you better pay attention a little bit. Now, Tennessee's defense nowhere near the level of Auburn's, and this will be the toughest defense that they play, obviously. For the most part, Auburn's defense is the toughest defense any of their opponents have either played or will play. So, so you look at that, and then you couple it with one of the more experienced offensive lines in the country, with 166 total career starts combined coming into the game or coming into this season. So it's a veteran group, and the quarterback's playing better. So their problem is they don't stop anybody. And again, it's kind of like Arkansas. Got a good offense. They don't stop anybody. So probably going to see a little bit more of that on Saturday night, I would think.
Yeah, the weaknesses up against the weaknesses of each team. And will Auburn be able to hopefully, outplay their bad defense that they're going to go up against with a good offense? But this would honestly be a good test of it changing, which I know in Arkansas you did at the end of the second quarter and for all of the second half. But for Ashton Daniels to start the whole game and play the whole game all the way through, this would be a good team to say, hey, does this offense, are they being redirected, and are they actually being successful with a new quarterback in there that's running this offense?
That's good points.
Or will it be a prime example of the play calling that's the biggest problem as well?
Hey, John, I know we got to get to break, but John said AU in a cakewalk. How great would it be to come out and win a game 38-10? For the confidence of the team? Instead of sitting here going, It's going to come down to the last drive, and can we make a drive, or can we hold somebody, or what the heck ever. I mean, can we actually just like it was nice last week to kind of have a game in hand with a few minutes left on the clock. And I never gave shout out to Malcolm on the backflip on the last play of the game on the victory formation. But Malcolm, I'll give you a 10 on the backflip. So, all right, we will take another break here. We have a couple more segments left on the show today. Stay right where you are. More of the Auburn Blitz coming right after this. Did you ever go back and watch that?
I did, actually. It's a
pretty
10
good.
from me.
Get your predictions in. You go ahead and get them in. We've had several come in, and keep rolling them in, and we'll do them through tomorrow as well. Podcast, and appears it'll be me and Andy on at noon tomorrow. And then we'll be at Auburn, obviously, Saturday, and another night game. We'll kind of go through we'll save a little bit for tomorrow for the around the SEC games. We usually do that on Friday. Got Penn State and Ohio State. That one would have been a major game at the beginning of the year, not so much anymore. So 3-4 Penn State versus a 7-0 Ohio State.
It's just crazy the way that this season has played out.
You know, I just don't know that there is a dominant team out there. That's the thing. 38-21, and Ashton only throws for 85. Okay. A lot of running. A lot of pick sixes, probably.
Oh, geez.
The largest cocktail party is this weekend, too. So
The what?
the largest cocktail party in the world is this weekend, Georgia, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I just remember the days when Florida just used to dominate them, and Georgia couldn't get a win. Now it's flipped. Florida can't get a win now.
Yeah, this is the time that everybody, because it's at Florida, right?
It's in Jacksonville, I believe, like it always is.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think,
so-
but didn't they couldn't play in Jacksonville a couple years ago, so they played at one of them's home stadium.
Yeah, because all of my friends from home.
Are they moving
have-
that back to home and home? It's been years. I've never seen it.
I don't know. I just know that all my friends from home, when we were, I guess some of them were still in school, but like everyone goes down and they
It's
have like a big
Jacksonville.
formal weekend.
Yeah, it's in Jacksonville. I just checked.
Yeah.
But I do know they were kicking it around with all the scheduling stuff and all changing, whether they wanted to go to a true home and home with that. But I'll be pulling for Florida, by the way.
Good.
I don't even have to ask who you're pulling.
I'll just be, yeah. I'll be watching the game.
Whoever the other.
I don't know if I'll be polling for Florida, but I most definitely
Oh, I will.
won't.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I most definitely won't want.
I may wear a Florida hat until
gosh,
the game's
right.
over. Just because they're playing Georgia.
South Carolina coming into Ole Miss.
Mm.
Nothing
Yep.
crazy.
Yep, Paul. There's no doubt. Go Gators tomorrow on Saturday. There I was about to say tomorrow again.
I know. I almost said that earlier. I had to stop myself.
Ed Moron. I mean, can he pop back up somewhere? Possible.
He said he'd go right back to LSU.
He's the perfect fit for LSU. Why wouldn't
When
they
you
hire him?
think of a Cajun, that's exactly who you think of. You don't think of Brian Kelly.
Well, that's no. Like, you talk about hiring a guy that was a complete misfit personality wise.
I just been thinking about all the things you have to say about him. It just makes me laugh.
All right, welcome back everyone to the Auburn Blitz. Couple segments left here on the show today. I didn't give you a 30. That's my fault. I was actually paying attention this time and saw it come across from Ryan. So, but we are back, and I'm at JR Sports Bar and Grill, and Faith is at her humble abode. But again, we love JR Sports Bar and Grill and appreciate them so very much for being our partner here on the program. And the food's outstanding. Already looking forward to what I'm going to get here in just a little bit. And then, again, you can come out here. They cater. They can handle all your tailgating needs. I mean, when you show up to tailgate with JR's food, like, you are the hit. I can just promise you. If you bring wings and fingers and cheese bites and corn nuggets and fried dill pickles and all that stuff. And by the way, we'll go back to Pepper Tree. We'll talk more about this. The Outlive Burger, Bruce Pearl, is special burger at Pepper Tree that everybody needs to go try. And it has the tiger sauce on there. So you need to go try it. I was told yesterday by one of our friends that it was the best thing ever. So I know, Faith, you and I are going to have to try the
Obviously. Are you kidding me?
So got to try the burger.
Have to.
So, all right, moving on to this, again, this Kentucky game and what's at stake for Auburn. And the podcast this morning was, can you believe if Auburn can win out? Can they win out? You know, we all said 8-4 at the beginning of the season, didn't we? If they went out, they go 8-4. It's not going to look the same, but technically, could you turn some things around and be playing your best football coming down the stretch? I mean, that's kind of the goal anyway, and you did catch some bad breaks. Now, again, your offense performed so poorly that you couldn't overcome it in those 4 games, but if you'd just been average, you'd have had 2 more wins. So let's just say, for hypothetical purposes, Auburn gets on a heater. Hey, look, I know Texas is not very good, but Vanderbilt's got to travel to Texas this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, at what point in time are they going to screw up? Alabama beat them, and they screwed up. They turned the ball over in the red zone twice. It ended up costing them. I think they still have that in them. And look, in 2 weeks when we're in Nashville, Diego Pavia, he's not going to play a defense better than what he's going to play against Auburn. So Auburn goes into these games with a great opportunity to shut teams down offensively. And, you know, if this offense can wake up and start playing better football, Auburn all of a sudden becomes a scary team for everybody coming down the stretch.
Auburn becomes a totally different team because a nasty offense mixed with this defense that is so competitive and powerful would completely alter not only the energy and the momentum of this team, but also just what everyone has been saying and how everything has played out. Because again, like we went over earlier in the show about the referee calls that Auburn has been given, and that's a hand that you've been dealt that you can't do anything about. I mean, there's nothing you can change when it comes to that third team out on the field. And
you can suspend them,
I guess. But if you can combat, you know, playing against yourself in a way that lets you lose these games, not go and win, but you literally are doing it to make yourself lose, That's a whole different team out there when you're given the right
Right.
kind of offense to run. And that's, again, where I think maybe you might see that with Ashton Daniels running the offense.
Well, let's take it one game at a time. Obviously, we'll see what happens Saturday. If Auburn can get a win like Luke said, like a 31-17 or 38-21 or something like that, now you're feeling a little bit more confident. Then you're going to Nashville, and you've won 2 SEC games, and maybe caught a spark, like Free said last week with Ashton Daniels, and maybe he comes out Saturday and performs really well and gives you some hope. And then your defense continues to get stronger and stronger each and every game. And then all of a sudden you're rolling up to Vanderbilt and everybody's going, that's an interesting game to watch. Let's see how this plays out. And then what if you go up there and get a win? Now you're changing your whole mindset of this season going into 2 games with Mercer and Alabama. So, but you got to go one at a time. Can't worry about what's happened in the past, and you only can control what's in front of you. But be very interesting to see.
Yeah, that's Auburn's should be their new motto of just one game at a time, one practice at a time.
There you go. Well, let's take our final break here on the show. We come back, we have one final segment here on the Auburn Blitz. Stay tuned. More to come right after this. I have no idea what's going on in the comments.
I don't like stuff on my sandwiches, and I think you're already doing it wrong with Pepsi Zero.
Yeah. Who drinks that?
You hate Pepsi.
Oh, so bad. Diet Pepsi tastes like cough syrup. It's terrible.
But I don't like mayo or mustard or banana pepper.
Not much of a toppings in this world. Hey, what about Tab? Anybody ever drink that nasty crap? That is the God's worst drink.
What?
Tab. Yeah, you don't know what it is, but they still make it.
What is it?
I bet you some
Soda?
people know, but it's a soda. Do not touch it. It may be one of the worst things that you can ever.
I only drink Diet Coke, but apparently that's also like the worst thing you could ever drink. I'm being told I need to stop.
You don't drink them. I mean, just pour them down. I mean, it's not like you drink 10 of them a day. It's okay to have one.
I know why I stopped buying cases of them.
See, you're making progress.
I know.
Fresca's not bad if you mix it with something.
Fresca's fine. I haven't had one in like years.
I don't just go pick up a Fresca and drink it. But
Yeah.
I mean, you mix it with something, it's probably that's better.
I don't think I've had a Fresca in probably like actually 10 years.
That long. You know what? It may be that long for me too. I don't know.
I know I need to stop Diet Coke. Apparently it also can lead to dementia.
Well, I don't need to be drinking that.
I know. My grandmother, when she was heavy in her dementia and in her final stages of life, God may bless her soul, but she would drink. She had so many Diet Cokes, just like one a day, just leading up until she died, probably from the age of like 20. My mom, and she had dementia. My mom was like, Faith, you need to stop drinking it. I bet it had something to contribute against her dementia.
It's like, what is it in Diet Coke? Aspartame or whatever? Isn't that what it is? It's
I don't
not
know.
good
Jonathan,
for you.
who's winning? Auburn or
I'm thinking Jonathan, with all the War Eagles he gives us, is Auburn.
probably?
If Kentucky beats us 31-10, you can have it the rest of the way out. That's all I can tell you. You can be flying solo for the remainder of football season.
Who, me?
Amen. Because I won't be back
no.
on here. If we lose 31-10 to Kentucky, I'm not coming back until basketball starts.
All right, I'll hold the fort down.
You'll have to hold the fort down the rest of football season. I'm handing it off.
I hope everyone can support me through it all.
They'll be here for you, I promise.
Can you tell me when you get 30 seconds this
I
time?
will. I promise I will. I'm watching very astutely over here for Ryan's text. So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
all right, we have it's the longest typing I've ever seen. Yep, it officially starts Monday, Justin. It sure does. Can that just not tank out too, please? All right, 30 seconds, Faith. They actually play an exhibition game tonight, 7:30 against Memphis in Atlanta. So, are you tapping something?
Just popping my knuckles.
Oh, I was like, what is?
Sorry.
Oh no, it's like wow. All right, everybody, welcome back to the final segment here on the Auburn Blitz. Again, we appreciate all of you so very much. Live on location at JR Sports Bar and Grill, and lunch. The food just smells phenomenal. And here I'm about 8 minutes away from having some myself, so looking forward to it. Come on out to JR Sports Bar and Grill. If you need tailgating food, you need anything catered at your house in the area, come on out to JR's. They'll handle it for you. They'll take care of you. I've got TVs all over the place. So all the different games, you're not going to miss out on anything. So, and Benjamin Russell football tonight. So if you're needing to go somewhere before the game, final home game, obviously you need to head on over to JR's, get you a great meal, then head over to the stadium and watch Benjamin Russell finish the season 9-1. Heading into the playoffs as the number 4 ranked team in the state now. They've moved up a couple spots the last 2 weeks. So playing really good football, and it's to the new season. Everybody is 0-0 next week when you go to the playoffs. So it's one at a time. But our program brought to you by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation and
Sensi Green, for air that's cool and clean, call on Sensi Green.
All right, so Justin posed the question. Do you want to go ahead and release who won?
I will. The winner was Brian Wagner.
Brian Wagner. Prediction.
Now, I think Justin is probably wondering why he was outbeat. Justin, you had 35-24 with 3 punts. Brian had 35-24 with 2 punts. Auburn had 2 punts.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, Justin, you got to try again, man. You got to try
Justin,
again.
in case you haven't been watching, the tiebreaker this time is Ashton Daniels passing yards.
Ashton Daniels passing yards. Get it in.
Are you ready for your ticket?
Yeah, man. You can't get any closer than that, man.
Mm-mm.
Cannot get closer. Hey, what are we going to do if we ever have the same prediction, the same tiebreaker? We'll have to give 2 away, I guess.
I
The only
guess.
thing you do. Because there's no way to break the tie at that point.
I don't think so.
You have to give 2 certificates. So, hey, Justin, you were 1 punt off. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest, that they only punted twice.
I know. I think everybody was.
So you can go again. That's the good thing about the contest is every week you get to start over again and get to try again. So get your prediction in. Auburn versus Kentucky passing yards for Ashton Daniels is the tiebreaker. And again, a lot of great stuff. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine gift certificates available, and there's nothing better. I'm just telling you, you can't find anything better there.
They also have all of their new Christmas decorations out, and everything is so cute. I'm obsessed with everything.
Here we go.
Went and got some stuff over there when we were there for our post-game reaction show. So I was really happy about it, and now I have to go back and get some more.
You know what we didn't even talk about? No, you do. You were obsessed with the Christmas decorations already out, and they're out everywhere. So I mean, it's crazy. So to see how much stuff's everywhere right now already, and not even out of October yet. They ain't even had Halloween, which is tomorrow. So we didn't dive into the coaching talk, and we don't have enough time now, obviously, to do it. But we will do that tomorrow on the show. And I'd like to get Kyle's take on this, and just looking at. Something's going to have to give. There's all these jobs going to be open. There, I don't know how many coaches are out there that you would say, I just got to have that guy. And so the buyouts on the back end of these contracts are just ridiculous. And so everybody's getting paid to go home and do nothing. And I'm not talking about just a little bit. 75 million, 54 million. I mean, it's unbelievable. And so what's wrong in this country with having some incentive-based contracts and actually using some type of logic and sense about how you structure things? We've allowed agents to basically just come in and destroy these universities, and the universities have signed it because they feel like they have all the leverage. The coaches do, so they've got to have this guy, and then he comes in, and he's there for 3 years, and it don't work out. And then you pay him the big buyout, and then you start the process all over again. So we won't dive into that because we only have about a minute and a half to go on the show today, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But it's a problem, Faith.
No, it's such a big problem. Like, you and I have gone over it about, I mean, it feels like a million times, of just how crazy all of this is and how it's become a literal problem. And now the government's getting involved over in Louisiana. And it just, when you asked me a question when we were off camera and we were talking about it, and I was like, it's because no one makes any sense. No one's thinking with their brain.
And no logic involved, just
at all.
I'm at a loss for words at how absurd this has gotten. And everybody's like, well, it's only going to get worse. Well, somebody's got to step up and say, look, we can't continue to give coaches 50, 60, 70 million to go to the house and not do anything. I mean, at some point in time, and then you go back to the same boosters and ask them to do it all over again. And look, I don't give a dang if you have $100 million. At some point in time, you get tired of just throwing it up a hog's rear end. So you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I think there's a lot that needs to be discussed on that, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. But that's going to wrap us up for TV. We'll stay up for just a second online as we get done. But we've enjoyed it. Of course, as always, come out to JR Sports Bar and Grill if you're in Alexander City for some outstanding food and a great environment. You will not be disappointed, I promise. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you tomorrow for more Auburn Blitz. All right, so yes, I mean, it's got to stop, man. I mean,
it's crazy.
It just keeps getting worse. Like, you got all these schools that are going to be out of a coach, and I think everybody goes, well, Auburn doesn't want to get in this mix this year. Well, I agree with that, but you think it's going to be any different next year? What teams are going to fall on their face next year? And
you've got athletes making millions of dollars. You've got coaches that are getting fired and then making millions of dollars. It's unbelievable how all of this has.
I mean, I'm just, to the point where you look at it from the standpoint of just keep going down the same path. Like, you can't, it's like you feel that with the NIL and stuff, everybody goes, well, the toothpaste out of the tube, we just got to keep going. You really don't. Can adults not get together and figure out how to fix some of this stuff and say, okay, everybody before this, you were able to take advantage of, but now we're changing the rules and this is what we're going to do and what we're going to allow.
I don't understand.
There's no right answer for it.
No.
It's just so damn stupid.
It's all wrong answers.
To give people 50, 60, 70 million dollars to not do their job. And
to literally get fired.
And the reason you're getting fired because you suck. So let's give you a damn massive buyout to go home. Hey, hey, that don't happen out here in the real world. You do a crappy job, you lucky to take the crap out of your office with you. They may
Yeah.
say, I tell you what, you go ahead and head out and leave all that in there and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just gotten to the point where nobody thinks logically on anything, especially with college athletics or whatever. So, well, everybody, we're going to sign off now. Again, we appreciate all of you so much. JR Sports Bar and Grill, we can't say enough about them. Chris, Aldra, Matthew, they just, great people here and do a great job. And the food's awesome. And been eating the food for a long time, and it's still as good today as it was the first day. You think you get burned out on something, like there's no burning out.
Because they have so many different options that you can have.
So there you go. It's one of the best places to go, so you need to check it out if you're in Alexander City. But hey, guys, we will be back with you in the morning for the Auburn Blitz podcast. Me, Faith, and hopefully Kyle Rush will be with us, our good buddy there from the barn. So we'll be talking some Auburn, Kentucky before, be about a little over 24 hours out at that point. So it's kind of crazy that here on a Thursday, feels like tomorrow's the game, but we've got a high school game tonight at the Sportplex. So if you're looking for a good football game or want to come watch a good team, you need to come watch Benjamin Russell. It's a special team, everybody. They got a lot of great talent. Again, when you get in the playoffs, everybody you play is going to be good. So I don't, take it one game at a time. And but if you want to come to a football game tonight, come up to Sportplex and watch a show, because this offense, that's one thing about this offense, Faith. The offense we see on Friday versus what we see on Saturday.
No kidding. And you and I say that all the time. Lord help.
Polar opposites. So, all right. So we're going to we're not taking a break. We're getting off here, and then we will be back with you tomorrow for more of the Auburn Blitz. Send us out.
Hope everyone has the best day ever.
Absolutely. And be nice to people, do nice things. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for the Auburn Blitz podcast.